Hello together. This video explains you how you can establish a fast startup option of Profinet with our API Profinet slaves. You see here my running system. I have a S7 PLC and here are connected two API Profinet slaves. The topology is looking like this. You see here I am connected with my laptop directly to the S7 PLC, and from the second port I am connected to the first port of the first API Profinet slaves. And here from the second port I'm connected to the first port of the second API Profinet slave. It is here a daisy chain topology. To establish fast startup, you have to understand the benefit of fast startup first. Fast startup is used here to prioritize a startup of a Profinet slave during, for example, power supply has returned, station has returned, or after activation of an I/O device. The use case is here, for example, in welding applications or tool change applications in the automotive industry, where we have to be online with the Profinet slave very fast and we cannot accept startup times between 7 till 10 seconds. You see here, this is my system. This is again the first Profinet slave and this is the second Profinet slave. Without any fast startup option, you will recognize here that we need around till 5 till 10 seconds after a power return. So you have recognized, hopefully, this was around 10 seconds till the coils are switched on and my both Profinet slaves in Daisy chain are back. To enable this prioritized startup, I have first of all to activate it inside the slaves. If we have a closer look here inside our slave, the option is available if I'm just making a click here, going here to the properties, and have here a closer look on my advanced options. And there you will recognize here the option for this fast startup. If I make here the activation of the first API Profinet slave and an activation of the second API Profinet slave, then I'm telling the slaves in the first step, hey, come on, after power off on, be online faster as before. You see now the options are activated, and if I'm now making again this power return, it takes around 2 till 5 seconds till my coils are switched on. This is much faster, but not fast enough in tool change applications in the automotive. There we have to achieve times between 500 milliseconds till, I would say, 1 second maximum. To make now here an optimization of the fast startup, we have to do a closer look on the transmission rate. Per default, if I am making here again a click on the second API Profinet slave and have a closer look here on the port options, we will recognize that we have transmission rate automatic and we have enabled auto negotiation. With these options, the internal switch will check what kind of cable you are using and switch inside his port the pin allocation. This takes, in the most cases, I would guess 1 till 3 seconds. And to reduce this time, we have now to make our own transmission rate 100 duplex and disable auto negotiation. I strongly recommend to activate the monitoring, because if you have done something wrong inside the TIA portal project with the active monitoring, the PLC and also TIA Online will tell you what is going wrong. This option was for the first port of the last Profinet slave. The last port I don't use means I can deactivate it. Going now to our first API slave, I'm doing exactly the same. Activate duplex, deactivate auto negotiation on the second port. Going here to the first port, activate duplex, deactivate auto negotiation. The last step is we are doing the same on the port of the PLC which is connected to our first Profinet slave. Means here, this is in my case the port X1P2 where I'm now activating full duplex and deactivating auto negotiation. You see this here again inside the Pronata software, and if we are now going here online, we will have everything running as expected. You see here no errors, and now we have a closer look on the behavior after a fast startup. Switching off, switching on. As you have seen now, this is in the area of around 500 milliseconds till 1 second, and this is now the optimized fast startup with the API system. Very important, the last thing what I want to mention is the cabling, because if you deactivate auto negotiation, then you have to take attention to the cabling. You see here that the switch port cross pin assignment is always inside the I/O device and also in the two ports. And between the Profinet slaves, you should use patch cables. This is described in detail in the functional manual of Siemens for Profinet with Step 7 version 16. And it is from my side strongly recommended to take care about the cables which you are using if you are deactivating auto negotiation. Of course, with the monitoring, you will see what is happening if you are using the wrong cables. But to prevent extra work, please have a closer look on this. And only if you have done this kind of setting, fast startup is running like following. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day. Bye.